Hey, what's happening, my friends? Welcome back to the channel. A lot to talk about. On this segment, I'd like to get into Tyron Woodley's altercation with Jake Paul and his crew in the back after that Jake Paul versus Ben Askren fight. I also would like to talk about the Ben Askren KO. I know it's been talked about to death at this point, but I like to drop my thoughts. All right, so first let's get into Tyron Woodley, in the back. One of Jake Paul's entourage was like drawn off to Tyron Woodley. Apparently, to my understanding, he's a professional boxer. I've never heard of him. His name is JLeon or something like that. And yeah, he's mouthing off to Woodley, saying Woodley doesn't know anything about boxing. I guess he was holding up some like boxing gloves and I think he was being pretty disrespectful to Tyron Woodley. And it's like, here's the flat out truth. If Woodley were to get into a mixed all skill fight with this guy, it would be a brutal beatdown of the highest levels. If Woodley allowed it, Tyron could end that guy within 60 seconds if he wanted to, maybe less. It was kind of funny, the level of like disrespect. Tyron Woodley is a world champ, definitely a shoo-in for the UFC Hall of Fame. Who would win in a boxing match between Tyron Woodley and the guy that was mouthing off to him? I never seen the guy. I mean, if he's a professional boxer and he's worth his grain in salt as far as like boxing, then in straight boxing, if he's really that good, you have to give the edge to him in a boxing match. But you can't count out Tyron Woodley. He has mega power. Like I said, former world champion, definitely could strike. Like, that's not Ben Askren. Ben Askren getting knocked out wasn't a shocker to me at all. Actually, I anticipated him getting knocked out. Let's talk about Jake Paul for a second. What if it was Tyron Woodley versus Jake Paul? Tyron Woodley would beat Jake Paul's ass even in a boxing match. Like, let's get real, guys. Jake Paul is not even really like amateur level as far as like a boxer. I mean, I guess he is. He's not like some super skilled dude. He has a 1-2, an overhand. He punches hard. He does have some skill. But we're talking about a UFC world champ that has knocked pro fighters, highly skilled fighters, dead. Do you really think that Jake Paul, a guy that has okay boxing skill, who's like a fledgling boxer basically, just starting, you really think that guy is going to beat Tyron Woodley in a boxing match even? Now, if we're talking about mixed martial arts, again, it will be an absolute massacre. If Ben Askren fought Jake Paul in a mixed martial arts fight, it'll be a brutal beatdown as well. Like, Ben wasn't lying when he said that if they were in an alley and they were gonna fight, he would get charged with a homicide. That's true. So yeah, back to the boxing match with Jake Paul and Ben Askren. It's pretty formulaic to me. I knew Askren was gonna get stopped. I have a hard time. He's just not a striker. He's not a boxer. Jake Paul has youth, some size on Ben. I don't think he's stronger grappling, but like overall strength probably. So it wasn't a shocker, like one bit. Who should he fight next? Woodley wants that fight. Jake Paul is mouthing off to DC, which is ridiculous. There's less painful ways to die. Again, I've been reading comments that Jake Paul could beat DC in boxing. No, you are out of your mind. If you really believe that Jake Paul could beat Daniel Cormier in boxing, wow. Like, I'm almost speechless when I see comments like that. I would bet my life, I would bet everything I own that Daniel Cormier would wreck that kid. Tyron Woodley, in my opinion as well, even in boxing, would stomp him. Who's a good opponent for him? Jake Paul. I mean, if you guys want to tune in, if anybody wants to tune in and see his boxing matches, who would be a good opponent? Can't be anybody high level. Can't be a former world champ. It can't be a skillful striker. even a dangerous, competent striker. Like, you know, a couple of names are thrown out there like Mike Perry. Mike Perry would kill Jake Paul. And don't give me no business about Mike Perry gets hit a lot. No, Mike Perry would kill Jake Paul. That's almost another topic. There was a little beef between those two. I guess Jake Paul released some footage, and you know, he was saying that Mike Perry was giving him props for beating his ass. Mike Perry comes out, he's like, look, man, I was just being nice. And there's more footage released, I think, by Perry, and he basically was like walking him down without a care in the world. So yeah, anyway, I don't even know what else to say about these topics. The JLeon guy, Woodley, would maul you. Show a little respect. That's a former world champ. I mean, come on. He would have killed everybody in that room one-on-one, and there wouldn't be anything they could do about it. As far as like the Ben Askren KO, feel bad for Ben, but he got a great payday. I think Ben is a hell of a competitor. He's super tough. He's got big balls. So I felt bad for Ben, but at the same time, he's okay. Jake Paul, mega troll. I mean, mega troll. You have to somewhat respect him on some level. He knows how to get attention, but any competent striker is going to take him out at this point. He's 24 years old. Do I think he can evolve and get better and become a decent boxer? Sure. But keep DC's name out your mouth, and Tyron Woodley and a lot of these other MMA guys that actually could strike, because it's not going to end well for you if you take the fight, which he probably wouldn't. Excuse me, boxing match, because there's no way in hell he would step into a mixed martial arts cage. So yeah, guys, that's all I got. Just a rant video on these current topics and events. If this is your first time at the channel, you enjoyed the video, consider hitting that sub button, like and shares. It helps the channel grow. Appreciate it, guys. You're the best. And until the next one, you all take care.